Self-improvement is a journey, and along this journey, there are many different paths that you can take. And this video, I want to touch on guidance around how to navigate while on this journey. And I'm going to do that with an example that just came up recently for me. So I'm sure you saw, or maybe you didn't, but 2 days ago, recorded a video with my mom. Very sweet woman, right? Recorded the video, and part of the impetus in recording that video was that she'd come across another video on my channel and really enjoyed it, but not only enjoyed it, felt like it was quite good and that it shared my story in a way that even she had not heard before. So in watching the video, seeing this other side of me, and then talking about the video to others, hearing others share that they were also unfamiliar with this side of me, she wanted to share the video with them as well. And when she told me that, I could feel like a little twinge inside of me, right? My approach had been, and my thought process had been, and has been with this channel, is like, it's out there in the public, and those people that are really interested in this stuff, right? This video will be recommended to them, will show up on their feed, will come in the related videos, and so I don't have to and don't need to really push my content onto anyone, because if it's really something they're interested in, they will find it, right? Almost sort of like when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. However, one, I've had thoughts about at some point, right, creating a product and maybe like a digital course, right? Essentially like a concise version of the things I talk about in these videos and putting it together with more structure and more exercises in the form of a developmental course, right? And I thought if I were to make this course, one thing that I may be interested in as well and would like to get to at some point in the future is then marketing the course, right? And so when she shared that she wanted to share the video with others, and I felt this hesitation to not do that, I realized how that conflicted with my own goals or aspirations for what I would like to do in the future. Essentially, it's kind of like something I would like to get to, but something that I am nervous about doing now. And in recognizing that, in feeling the twinge of hesitation and like nervousness that came up, that was a sign to me of this is an area that I need to work on more, right? That even though I have worked to be more extroverted, right? Get out there, out of the house and in front of other people to a significant degree, way, way more than what I used to do. Even though I have made a social media account on Instagram and showed a side of myself to people that I was not showing before. Even though I've made hundreds of videos and clips on YouTube, putting myself out there in the public in a way that I did not in the past, that I was still nervous to put myself out there in this way, right? In a way where I would be kind of working or advocating for the spread of these videos that I've made, right? And the thing is, based on her feedback and the feedback of others, those who have watched the videos have enjoyed them, have liked them, And if there are people that have not enjoyed it, right? Maybe some of the people that have left certain comments on the videos, like, that hasn't really bothered me too much, right? So like, feedback I've gotten overall positive, and the feedback that was not as positive has not been a deterrent for me to make more videos. In fact, I've made more and more and more videos. Like, the rate of me making new videos has even gone up. The length of the videos I'm making has gone up since first starting out, and the shorts and things like that. And so I'm doing more, sharing more, but also recognize that I was nervous to share in this new way, right? And that nervousness was a sign that, hey, there is more work to go here, right? A sign that, hey, this is an area that needs to be addressed. And when you get that sign, try and tackle it head on, right? Address it. So I felt that in myself, but what I said to her was, please do share. If you'd like to share, please do it, right? What I felt was, don't share. If people want to find it, they can search me up and look for it. But I would like to reach a bigger audience, right? I even feel like there are more things I can and will and should be doing to reach a broader audience and to meet that audience where that audience is currently, and not necessarily with just always how I would like to make the videos. So this happens in many different forms and in many different ways. And another way was with a woman that I'd met, right? When I met her out, the vibe that I got from her was that she was interested in me and interested in getting to know me more. She asked to exchange contact information, right? Asked if she could have my Instagram. We exchanged Instagram. I look at her profile. I liked her when I met her. First, let me say that. Attractive young woman, and like had a vibrancy about her. Check out the Instagram. Like what I see even more. Feel like that she's also into kind of self-improvement, personal development. Has a background in a journey that I found interesting, and with this commonality was also like, okay, like her even more. Then, in observing some of the content, noticed, but in several of these things, she's there with another guy. And so, although she seemed interested in me, and I was interested in her, maybe there's someone else in the picture, right? Again, a bit of nervousness. If I just went on the vibe that I got from her, just went on even, which I'll get to soon, the message that I received back from her, she's interested, would like to know me more, would like to connect more. But I felt that hesitancy, right? Feeling that hesitancy, it was like, all right, Jamal, even though you feel hesitant, still show the signs that you are interested, right? So still reached out to her, still sent a message, where in the past I would have said, feeling hesitant now that there's maybe someone else in the picture, let me not send the message, right? And the thing is, like, in the past, when I have not sent messages to women I've met like that who we've exchanged contact information, some of the times, like, the trail has gone cold after that, right? So the women were interested, then didn't hear from me, and moved on, and were not as interested after they did not hear from me. And so that was even like a lesson to me of, okay, got to kind of strike while the iron is hot and got to show the interest to get more interest back, right? The thing is, like, the common thread with both of these, with sharing the videos more and sharing my interest more, is that I felt an internal resistance to doing so. And I interpreted that internal resistance as, this is an area I need to focus on more so that I do not let that resistance hold me back in the same way, right? Because I would be missing out on opportunities. Be missing out on opportunities to reach people and potentially change their lives with these videos, which is what I would hope to do, or hope to help them change their lives, because really they're the ones that are going to have to do a lot of the work. Like, I may guide you, I may be a mentor, I may be an inspiration, but also, like, take pride in the work that you are doing yourself, and potential either romantic connection or even potential, like, guide of someone who maybe I could learn from in terms of her own spiritual development or her own personal development, right? Someone that could help me further my own goals. But I could miss out on that opportunity by not showing my interest in the same way, not engaging in the same way. And so feeling that resistance may keep me safe in the moment, right? It may save me from a potential negative reaction when someone sees the video, but, right? So maybe I avoid that, like, harm that comes from that judgment, but the harm of, like, keeping me from developing to another level personally or spiritually, or keeping me from having a fulfilling partner in life, or keeping me from being able to reach people how I want, keeping me from having the influence and impact in the world that I want, that is a much bigger harm. And logically, I can kind of recognize that, but still that feeling, that internal resistance still flares up. And in the moment, that feeling of the resistance is stronger than, like, the logic. But the logic is there to say, push through anyways. Take this opportunity to work against these things that are holding you back. That is where so much growth comes, is doing the hard thing for the right reason, even though you know it's hard. And like I started out saying, it is a journey, right? It's not just that I did it once and the resistance is gone forever. I wish it was that way. And if it's that way for you, I'm very, very happy for you. Like, more power to you. Like, if it's that way for you, you are going to be the one ruling the world, and, like, happy to see it. But it's not that way for me. Not that way for many, 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 all of the people I know. Now, there can be moments where you do it once and then you've broken through. But what's more often the case is that you're going to have to keep doing it repeatedly, attacking from this direction, from that direction, right? Coming at it from all angles, really committing to kind of continually chopping at the tree until it falls. So, I hope that you kind of embrace that challenge, embrace that it is a journey, show yourself grace as you're walking along the journey, and use kind of the signs from your own life to identify areas where there's still room for growth, and work towards growing, right? Work towards evolving, work towards being the best version of you, because the world needs the best version of you, right? There's a lot going on in the world these days, and like all the potential for it to get even more crazier in the days, weeks, months, years ahead. So I hope you take this as a sign to identify the areas in your life where you would like to grow next. I wish you the very best, and I love you. Take care.